Welcome to the Voice of English. Language is not just about grammar or vocabulary. It is the bridge that connects minds and the melody that carries our stories. Here we don't just learn English, we feel it, speak it, and live it. Whether you are looking to find your confidence, refine your accent, or simply explore the beauty of words, you are in the right place. Listen closely, speak boldly. This is your journey. This is the Voice of English. Let us take a journey back. Far back to those ancient ages when time was still young, and the veil of mist over the world was just beginning to lift. Imagine a world before maps, before cities, before the noise of modern life. In those times, mountain peaks didn't just touch the sky. They pierced through the clouds to scrape the heavens. Forests were thick, dark, and harbored secrets untouched by human feet. Right in the heart of this wild world, rising to a height mortal eyes could never reach, stood the majestic Mount Olympus. But this was no ordinary mountain of rock and snow. If you could fly higher than the eagles, past the storm clouds, you would find a paradise of eternal spring. The air here always smelled of blooming saffron, nectar, and the sweet smoke of burnt offerings. Here stood the golden palaces, forged by fire and magic. And at the highest of these palaces sat Zeus, the father of gods and men, in all his glory. He sat upon a throne of black marble and gold. With the blinding bolt of lightning he held in his right hand, a weapon gifted by the Cyclopes. He maintained not only the skies but the delicate order of the universe. With a furrow of his brow, he would summon storms that darkened the day. With a smile, he would rain abundance upon the fields. He was the ultimate authority, yet he was also a being of intense emotion, a feared ruler, and a lover who often succumbed to his own chaotic passions. But he was not alone. Beside him sat Hera, the queen. With her crown and her scepter topped with a pomegranate, she watched over the sanctity of marriage and family, even as her own divine family was often filled with strife. And around them, the golden halls were filled with others. Apollo playing his golden lyre, bringing the music that would calm the savage hearts of beasts. Athena, the gray-eyed goddess of wisdom, whose strategy won wars before swords were even drawn. This was a family of power, beauty, and terrifying grandeur. However, this tale does not take place only in the skies. Let us leave the golden light of Olympus and turn our gaze down to the endless, churning blues. Walk with me to the edge of a cliff, where the salt spray hits your face. There, in the deepest and darkest trenches of the oceans, lay the kingdom of the volatile Poseidon. He was the earthshaker, the master of waves that foamed like white horses' manes. In his hand he held the trident. When he was calm, he would guide sailors to safe harbors, sending dolphins to dance in their wake. But Poseidon was moody like the sea itself. When angered, he struck the ground with his trident, shattering rocks, shaking continents, and swallowing entire fleets into the abyss. Imagine the sailors of old, clinging to their wooden masts in a pitch-black storm, praying not for salvation, but for mercy from the mood of the Sea King. His kingdom was vast, filled with coral palaces and creatures that defy imagination, monsters of the deep that waited in the silence for his command. And then, there was a place where the sun's rays never touched, a place where the wind never blew. Let us descend now, past the roots of the mountains, past the deepest caves. Before you enter the gates, you would hear the rushing waters of the river Styx, the boundary between the living and the dead. You would see an old ferryman, Charon, his skeletal hand extended, waiting for the coin placed on the eyes of the departed. Without it, a soul would wander the misty banks forever. And guarding the gates, the terrifying three-headed hound Cerberus, his growls echoing in the endless caverns. He let all enter but none leave. Here, in this silent kingdom 7 layers beneath the earth, waited the lonely king, Hades, while his brothers Zeus and Poseidon shared the vibrant skies and the living seas. The lots had given him this cold, dark realm. He is often painted as a villain in modern stories, but in the ancient days, he was not evil. He was stern. He was unyielding. He was the wealthy host of the dead. He was a melancholic guardian who maintained the inevitable balance of life and death. For every flower that bloomed above, a root had to hold firm in the darkness below. But why do we tell these stories? Why did we look at the stars and give them names? Because these gods were not distant alien concepts. They were reflections of us. Legend says that it was the Titan Prometheus who molded humans from clay, and it was he who stole fire from the gods to give us warmth, light, and civilization. That fire still burns within us. The gods of Olympus were immortal, yes, but they were flawed. They felt jealousy, they felt rage, they felt blinding love and deep sorrow. In Zeus's ambition, we see our own leaders. In Aphrodite's vanity, we see our own insecurities. In Ares's war cry, we see our own violence. They are the mirror of human nature, magnified to a cosmic scale. Their stories explain why the seasons change, why echoes exist in canyons, and why we fall in love with people we shouldn't. So the stage is set. The sky, the sea, and the underworld have their rulers. The pieces are moving on the great board of destiny. But the real play has not yet begun. What I have told you today is merely the gateway to a colossal legend. The bloody wars against the Titans, the impossible 12 labors of Hercules, the tragic voyage of Odysseus, and the apple that started a war which burned a city to ash. All these are the subjects of other tales waiting to be told. For now, I leave the golden gates of Olympus ajar. I leave you with the sound of the wind and the roar of the waves. We will meet again by the fireside for the next chapter. Until then, listen closely to the world around you, for the whisper of legends never truly fades. Thank you for wandering through the mists of time with me today. If you heard the whisper of the legends and enjoyed this journey, please leave a like and subscribe to Voice of English. But before you go, I have a question for you. Whose story should we uncover next? The stormy rage of Poseidon, or the silent mysteries of Hades? Let me know in the comments below. Until the next story, keep listening to the whispers.